These theories will make you question everything. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check it out.
You know what, Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
It was made by an addict.
What?
His name's John Pemberton. So he was a pharmacist. He was part of the Civil War in America. But what happened, he ended up getting injured through the war. So they prescribed him morphine because morphine is mad addictive. But since he's a pharmacist, he decided to make something to suppress his addiction. So he created a formula with cola nuts, cocaine.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then a certain like wine, like an alcohol. Put it all together in one mixture. Now check this out. Since he was a pharmacist, he started selling it to all these different people at his pharmacy, and people loved it. Now, during the Prohibition, what happened?
What happened?
Banned all alcohol. So to change the recipe, he substituted the alcohol in it with sugar, and he created that Coca-Cola today, which is sugar. The original recipe had Coke.
Is that why he named it Coke?
You know what, Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
But everything they name in it that he used is addictive. So how is that suppressing his addiction? You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Is it, maybe it's just me, but that just seems like it's going to make it worse. It's going to make me crave it even more. It's going to make me want it even more. And if this what I'm using, I'm going to want that even more. So all of it seems addictive to me. Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola to me, I know this is like blasphemy to say, it's like a sin, but just like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, they're very addictive. If you talk to people who drink it a lot, it's hard for them to put it down.
So why do I call it the Coca-Cola conspiracy? Well, what's in Coke? Caffeine, good. So what's caffeine? It's a mild stimulant, right? It's also a diuretic, right? Makes you pee free water. What else is in Coke? We'll get to the sugar in a minute. What else? Salt. 55 milligrams of sodium per can. It's like drinking a pizza. So what happens if you take on sodium and lose free water? You get thirstier, right? So why is there so much sugar in Coke? To hide the salt. When was the last time you went to a Chinese restaurant and had sweet and sour pork? That's half soy sauce. You wouldn't eat that. Except the sugar plays a trick on your tongue. You can't even tell it's there. Right? Everybody remember New Coke, 1985? More salt, more caffeine. They knew what they were doing. Okay? That's the smoking gun. Okay? They know. They know. So why do I call
Yo, these companies, man, they're just evil beyond evil what they be, and we're just their test dummies. That's literally what we are, their test dummies, man. And they're like, they look at us and they figure out ways to manipulate us into doing what they want us to do to make a lot of money. Bro, drinking a pizza. Did you hear what he just said? Drinking a pizza. But you never know it because the sugar hides the salt. Never looked at, and I'm not a Coca-Cola drinker or a Pepsi drinker. You know what I'm saying? But just to hear that, I hope somebody who drinks a lot of Cokes hears this and understands if you're trying to either lose weight or get healthy or different things like that, removing this one thing could probably drastically change your life.
Do you know the whole story behind Coke and one of the reasons why I think they changed it to New Coke?
No, but I know the really old Coke.
Well, Coke was still, not old Coke, still New Coke. The Coke that you have not right now, not New Coke, the flavor, but Coke that's available in 2022 is made with cocaine. They process cocaine. They take out all the cocaine, and that's part of the flavor of the Coke formula. This is like fact. It sounds like conspiracy theory. Do you know the whole story behind Coke and one of the reasons why?
Why they don't lead with that in the advertisement? Yeah, we know. Because we won't drink it. Why they don't say that, though? Why? Okay, better. Because we know they're not going to say it. Why aren't they required to say that? I think that should be the case. Oh, something is in my eye. I'm back. But yeah, why aren't they required? Like, people who the the companies and different ones who regulate this stuff and allows it to hit the shelves, why don't they require that to be like on the label in big bold print? Like, yeah, this is what you're drinking. Is everything removed? I don't know. Is it? Possibly. I don't know. You might be taking a chance when you drink it. That might get people in shape. If they saying America is suffering from obesity problem, right? Then start letting them know what could be in some of the things that they're drinking, eating, using, whatever that could be affecting their health and causing them to have massive amounts of weight gain.
What's going on, everyone? Did you know that Coca-Cola contains this stuff? This goopy, oily looking stuff is called phosphoric acid. And phosphoric acid is a rock that's mined using sulfuric acid. If you get this stuff on your skin, it burns like it's a corrosive. It rusts away metal. I mean, we got stuff that's metal here that rusts away. We use a lot of stainless, and it still rusts away the stainless. They put this in sodas, and we are consuming this stuff. It's a corrosive. We ship it out in rail cars and trucks with a label on it that's stating that it is a dangerous product. So why are we consuming it? I mean, it's not needed at all. Just think of what it's doing to your teeth and your insides. What's going on, everyone? Did you know?
That's why I say, man, more and more people need to be informed of stuff like this. Show them what's in the stuff. Let's start being transparent. Show them what's in the stuff they're drinking and eating. I guarantee you, you may not get everyone because some people are just stubborn and they don't care, and which is that's their choice. It's okay. But some people will look at that and become disgusted with themselves. They'll become upset for not knowing, and they'll completely change their diet and their lives. So that's why I think we got to be transparent.
Peace and blessings, family. What's the conspiracy behind Coca-Cola? We have to all watch or be ingested in our system. Let's take a look.
The Coke mystery. Coca-Cola has seen tremendous growth over the last century, growing from a nameless brand to a household name around the world. But did you know that the recipe used to make the fizzy drink so enjoyable is unknown? It is a famous belief that only 2 people know the exact recipe of the drink, and they are not allowed to travel together, in case an accident kills both of them. However, people have questioned how Coke sells so many bottles, if only 2 people know how to make it. A manager at the firm has further flamed these rumors, said only a handful of people know about the recipe.
Peace and blessings, fam.
My thing is, I've been questioning that for the longest as well. If 2 people only know the recipe, how are we mass producing it? How are you keeping it away from everyone? Somebody else has to know it. Like, one of those chemists has got to have figured it out, but at the same time, it'd be hard to keep that a secret. You know what I mean? The price of that type of silence is expensive. And I don't think nobody would keep that secret. They would completely blow the whistle or sell to the highest bidder and make tons of money and stuff like that. So it could very well still be a secret now that I'm thinking about it.
Desante, bottled water, Coca-Cola. The largest fine in the history of Europe. They was fined $900 million because they take ordinary tap water purified with benzene and another poison. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody goes to jail.
Right.
And so consequently, let's Desante, bottled water.
And what's crazy is if y'all think people are lying when they say different things. Now, I've heard different things throughout this video of what is in Coca-Cola, right? I can tell you what I used to transport from warehouse to warehouse, like from Coca-Cola warehouse to a Coca-Cola like plant. And a lot of that stuff has to be the truck. I would drive an 18-wheeler, right? So my trailer would have to be placard because what I was transporting in the back, corrosives, flammables, different things that I have to placard that vehicle with. So think about that. Think about what could be going in, what could be used to make it, what could be assisted, used to assist making it. Like, this stuff here is an enigma, man. But if you think about it as well, sit back and look around. Look how addictive it is. Some people can't go to bed without one. Some people, they wake up, that's the first thing on their mind. They drink it throughout the day. And then they try to wean themselves off of it by drinking what? Diet Coke, Coke Zero, different things like that. But I still think that stuff is just as bad.
If you drink Pepsi, you need to watch.
You know which Coke I prefer? The one.
During World War II, Coca.
So why do I call it the Coca-Cola?
3 biggest secrets that will never be revealed. The last one will surprise you. Number 3, the Coca-Cola recipe. Coca-Cola is one of the most popular drinks in history, and its recipe is only known by 2 people at a time. Its recipe is so secret that even Coca-Cola employees don't know the exact details. This secret is closely guarded in a safe at the World of Coca-Cola. Number 2, the tomb of Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan was one of the most influential and prosperous leaders of his time. He returned to his native Mongolia towards the end of his life. Anyone who attended his funeral was executed to keep the location of his tomb a secret. No living person today.
The Coca-Cola Company dates back to May 8, 1886. What you might not know is what links Coca-Cola inseparably from Nazi Germany. Max Keith. Born in Germany to a modest family, eventually caught the attention of Coca-Cola in the 1920s, leading to him assuming leadership of operations inside the country. In 1941, after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, the German plant was cut off from its headquarters in the United States. Max sat down with his team to create something new. What resulted was a manufacturing process marked by non-conventional supplies using what Max later referred to as leftovers of leftovers. They were dominating the German market by 1943, while the exact nature and extent of his collaboration with the Nazis remains subject to speculation. It is known that he and his team had to comply with regulations and directives imposed by the Nazi regime to continue operating. After the war, Coca-Cola gained control of the Fanta formula, its trademarks, its plant, and its profit. Fanta's legacy is tainted by its history in Nazi Germany and serves as a reminder of the complexities and compromises made by leaders all around the world. The Coca-Cola Company dates back to May 8th.
See, that's another thing that could deter people from wanting to drink Coca-Cola if you knew its history. Now, is this the official history of Coca-Cola? I don't know. We've heard several different stories. You know what I mean? So it seems like they create different and elaborate stories to kind of keep people guessing, in a sense. I don't know. But if we knew the story had maybe had a bad history to it, could kind of offend some people, then people would choose not to drink it. So wouldn't you want to keep it under wraps? Maybe create some false other ones to keep people guessing. That way nobody ever believes a story. You could hear one and it turn your stomach. It really disturbs you. But you've heard so many that you're like, nah, that can't be true, and you brush it off. Then who wins? Exactly. They do. So I don't know.
If that's true, that's really, really, really horrible.
I do genuinely believe that's true, based on nothing.
If that's true, that's really, really, really horrible.
What? Look, she said if we put, hold on,
I do genuinely
the white powder back in Coca-Cola, it would fix the American economy and the job market, because last time they took it out was before the 1929 stock market crash. Wow. Oh man, something seriously wrong with y'all, man. For you to even think that, jokingly or not, that's just crazy to say.
With what just happened with Simply Orange, this should send shockwaves through the consumer market. So Simply Orange is owned by Coca-Cola, and here's what they just got caught doing. Now you may think with the slick branding that this is just simply orange juice, and it's not from concentrate, so that's good, right? The problem is oranges are on the dirty dozen, which means they're part of the 12 fruits and vegetables that are the most sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. So right off the bat, since it's not organic, you're getting doses of chemicals, pesticides, but that's not what this controversy is about. And it's not about the synthetic vitamins that they put in here either. Coca-Cola, the parent company, has now been sued because of high levels of toxic forever chemicals that are found in simply orange juice. Forever chemicals, also known as PFAS chemicals, is basically what's used to coat a non-stick pan, which we know there's many documentaries about the extreme damaging effects of these chemicals on the human body. So my guess is that their entire factory uses Teflon non-stick material, and that's how hundreds of times, look at this, hundreds of times above federal limits for drinking water. So they're getting sued because they say, made simply orange, it's just simply oranges, and yet it has hundreds of times of a neurotoxic, DNA damaging chemical in it. Let me know in the comments if you've drank this poison, because I have. And that's one of the reasons I take the clinically studied superfood Tonkat Ali from chalk, to rejuvenate and restore from the hormone disrupting chemicals, also known as forever chemicals, to get a hormone calibration, brain function boost, memory, concentration, energy, and more from wildcrafted Tonkat Ali, combined with the Shilajit to supercharge your results.
Yeah, at this point, you just advertising, but I got some of that in my fridge right now. So I'm kind of mad, bro. Because all we have to go on, I guess that falls on me. I gotta own that. Because I should take that and not take it at face value. I should take the label, go research it, go look it up, see if it has any history or anybody, see the reviews on it, see what's in it, look up what's in it. Because the problem is I look at the label and I see Simply Fresh, all natural, things like 100% juice, pure, fresh, no artificial flavors and stuff like that. And you're thinking, okay, this is good for me. I've done my due diligence, but no, I haven't. I haven't done enough. I need to take it home, research it before I ingest it to make sure that they ain't get around or they cutting corners or something like that. This is ridiculous, man. How many of y'all got one of those in your refrigerator right now? I know it. Ton of us. Now we got to research and see what's going on, y'all. Let's just be glad and thankful that we watching this video and we figuring out together, man. So now we can do better. Once you know, you grow. You know what I mean? You know better, you do better.
In the 1980s, Coca-Cola was facing competition from Pepsi, which was known for its sweeter taste. In an attempt to regain the throne, Coca-Cola decided to change its secret formula to make it sweeter. In 1985, Coca-Cola announced that they were now done with their new formula and were releasing it to the public. And people lost their minds. There were protest groups, there was a huge backlash for Coca-Cola. And just after 79 days, Coca-Cola announced that they were bringing back the old Coke and it would be called Coca-Cola Classic. And this one mistake was the best thing that Coca-Cola could have done, because now Coca-Cola started overtaking Pepsi again to become the most popular sugary drink in the world. And this is why. In the 1980s, Coca-Cola was I
don't know. Should we have thought about it? Should we have taken them back? Should we have thought to myself, you know, they've already deceived us once. They've already done some kind of snakish stuff once. Do we really believe that they fixed this problem? Or they're just pretending to get back in our good graces? Like, we're so quick to forgive a company and trust that they'll never do or never do anything wrong or never cut another corner. We might not should have forgave them.
Look at my soda. Why is it breathing?
Bro.
No, turn the light back on.
Bro, hey, it's
Look at my soda. I ain't never seen nobody's soda do that. Look. Like, yeah. Look at my soda, bro. Put the light back on it. Look what it's doing. And I can feel something moving around in the can.
Okay, then dump it out.
Here, get it. I don't even want to hold it. That's Looks disgusting. Ugh. Look at my soda.
Only time I've ever seen a soda do something like that, you know what I mean? I was trying to look and see if she was squeezing the sides, but I didn't really see much motion in her hand like that. But the only other time I've seen it do something like that, and it weirded me out in the beginning too, the first time I saw it, is when I froze one. And when I froze it, unthawed it, opened it up, it started doing like that. I don't know if it was the acid in it, the acidity that was causing it to bubble up and do different things like that. But yeah. And then that's not the only thing. Take it out there and pour it on like a car battery. You know what I mean? That got the acid around it and different things like that, and watch what it does. You want to really see what you're putting inside your body? Go pour it on like some battery acid and watch it. Yeah. That'll change you from wanting to drink it.
Wait a second. On Coke cans, it says original taste right on it. But Coca-Cola's original ingredients were cocaine and caffeine. That's insane. That means we're still drinking cocaine every time you drink a Coca-Cola. Dude, that's messed up. Wait a second.
There's something wrong with us, man. As a collective, it's something seriously wrong with us, bro. But that was a good one, though. Now I'm never going to be able to look at that original taste again. If I see a Coke can or something like that, because I can't sit here and act like I don't. Like, if I go to like a bar, they may use Coke as a chaser. You know what I mean? Or if I'm at home and we're having an event. Those are like the only times, you know what I'm saying, when you're using it like that for drinks and different things. So you're adding a chaser, Coke and like Hennessy or something like that, you know? But now I'm never gonna be able to look at that original taste again. I'm actually gonna use that, what he just said. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna have to use that on somebody and tell them that and see if I can mess their head up. Maybe they stop drinking Cokes. I don't know. Maybe it might save them.
When the cashier at KFC want to talk conspiracy theories on my 30-minute lunch.
Pepsi's unofficial slogan was, "Is Pepsi okay?" Because everyone was ordering Coke. So every restaurant was turning Pepsi down. Pepsi took a look at the numbers and realized it was cheaper to buy 3 fast food chains than to actually compete in the marketplace with Coca-Cola. So that's what they did. They bought KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut. So once they got those together, they started running them as a division of Pepsi. After a while, they spun that off as its own company called Yum Brands. But if you go to any of those locations, they still only carry Pepsi. Young Brands turned around and looked at the fact that they had 3 restaurants that all served Pepsi and realized it would be cheaper to go ahead and combine a couple of these restaurants so then they don't have to have as many physical locations to be able to still encapsulate a market. They thought that idea was so genius and how much money they would save from not having locations that they then took those savings and used that to lobby both the federal government in Washington and all of your fun state governments to make sure that the minimum wage was kept low, to make sure that they could keep paying people dirt wages so that way they could keep saving.
Bro, I'm gonna put this back because I only got 30 minutes on my lunch. I ain't got time for this. I'll be back later.
When the cashier at...
But these companies and these brands and different ones have shown you how smart they are. I go back to when he said, okay, the salt. Okay, how do we figure out how to keep them drinking it and not worry about more sugar? How does the salt taste? Keeps them addicted. We keep making money. These companies have shown you they are smart. They bring people in who are smart. And that's how they keep winning. They keep winning, even though we know that maybe we shouldn't be drinking this. This isn't good for us. But what did I just tell you? I just said it out my own mouth a little while ago. Hey, man, I still drink it, though, around functions, events. I have it. I mix it with trade. You know what I'm saying? even though I'm sitting here in front of you. That's the sign of a good business. That's the sign of an addiction. That's the sign of they're good at what they do. Listen, man, this stuff will go down as history as one of the craziest things ever. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, including the rivalry too. I love the rivalry. Speaking of that, bro, when I used to work for Coke, do you know that when you're a truck driver, right, and you driving, let's say I picked up a load in Atlanta and I had to drive it to a Coca-Cola plant in Florida, Orlando, Florida, right? And when you work for driving for them, you can stay on their facility overnight. So I would get there at night, stay there, and get up and leave the next morning, taking a load out of there back to Atlanta, right? So I was staying there one night, and I got hungry, and I wanted to order food. Do you know they won't allow you to order food to be delivered on their site from places that sell, if you're working for Coca-Cola, from places that sell Pepsi products? Can't bring it on their site. I went to order some food. I forgot where it was from. And Buddy was like, yeah, you can't order that. I was like, why? He was like, because they sell Pepsi products and you can't have that on this facility. You have to leave. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that rivalry runs deep. They don't play. Even soft, you can't bring no soft drinks on their facilities, nothing. Because I didn't know that Pepsi owned a certain bottle of water company. I don't know if it's Dasani or whoever I had that I was drinking that day. And they told me, they was like, you can't have that. You got to dispose of that now on this property. I was drinking water, didn't even know it was a Pepsi product water. Listen, man, that thing runs deep, bro. You know what I mean? And that will forever go down as one of the biggest rivalries that we don't talk about enough. Pepsi versus Coke. So listen, man, y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you thought of this video. And stick around and stay tuned, man. Till next one, I'm gone.